Wir freuen uns auf den UK Open Finalisten aus dem Jahre 2007. Einer der Spieler, die in ihrer Laufbahn schon ein European Tour Event gewinnen konnten. Bei ihm liegt es ein Weilchen zurück, 2012 damals aus der Qualifikation heraus. Triumphierte er in Salzburg, hat gestern ein starkes Match gespielt gegen Mervyn King. Und schön, dass er auch heute mit dabei ist. Der Rücken hält, das war lange Zeit bei ihm ein Problem. Herzlich willkommen dem Dutch Destroyer Vincent van der Voort. Vincent van der Voort muss ran gegen den älteren Bruder von R.Huybrechts. 52 Jahre ist er alt. Die beiden haben ja gemeinsam 2013 das Finale beim World Cup erreicht. Und gestern schaffte er die größte Überraschung. Ein 6:2 Erfolg über Snakebite Peter Wright. Aus Antwerpen, The Rebel, R.Huybrechts.
Well, welcome back to the Happy Bet German Darts Grand Prix in a match that has huge ramifications for the World Grand Prix that will be held in Dublin, as always, at the start of October, because if R.Huybrechts wins it, he reaches the GP for the first time. Vincent van der Voort stands in his way, and he is one of the small chasing pack on the road to Dublin. Vincent van der Voort would have to knock out R.Huybrechts and go all the way to the final, but who's to say that he can't do it, because the number 6 seed Daryl Gurney and the number 3 seed Menzo Suljovic have already been eliminated from the bottom half of the draw this afternoon. It's Vincent van der Voort, the Dutchman, against R.Huybrechts, the Belgian. I'm Chris Murphy, and joining me is Dan Dawson.
Yes, well, R.Huybrechts, the number 2 in Belgium, a former European Championship semi-finalist, of course, but never having made the World Grand Prix. Huge opportunity for Ronnie, just 6 legs away from it. Tantalising, and he's knocked out the number 2 seed Peter Wright this weekend. He was excellent in that second round victory over the world number 3 and UK Open champion. Fantastic finishing from Ronnie, looking deadly on double 16. He's a man who's made a couple of Pro Tour finals in the last 12 months. We know he can do this.
First leg, Vincent to throw first. Game on.
Yes, one of them was in Dublin last year, and it must have been frustrating for R.Huybrechts to have played like that on the Pro Tour and then had to fly home when 32 players were about to fight it out in the unique double start tournament.
Yeah, he missed, was it 1 dart or 2 darts to beat Simon Whitlock in that final? I think it was 2. I think it was double 16 he wanted, and he'd been so deadly all day on it. And 1 looked like it was in. But on closer inspection, it wasn't.
Yeah, incredible final, that, wasn't it? Simon Whitlock twice on the 9-darter in consecutive legs. He's up next, by the way, the Wizard, taking on Nathan Aspinall. This brings to an end the bottom half of the draw, where Rob Cross will take on Ian White in the first quarter-final of the evening. And then the winner of this will face Benito van der Pas, who's just seen off Darren Webster.
139.
Well, I said Ronnie was good in the second round. Vincent van der Voort, well, he was simultaneously excellent and a little bit fortunate, because
97.
in one of the games of this weekend so far, he faced the number 15 seed Mervyn King, and it went all the way to a last leg decider. Mervyn had darts to win it. Vincent got over the line. 101 average.
Yeah.
From Vincent.
And he was gracious in that victory as well. It's one of the few times where I will allow a player an apologetic gesture after hitting a double, because there were a few boos when Mervyn King approached the hockey for his chance to win the match. Van der Voort fires in the first maximum of this last 16 clash. And he has had the better of R.Huybrechts in their previous meetings, hasn't he, Dan?
Yeah, he has. 6 times they've met, 4 times Vincent has been the winner, including their one big stage game at the UK Open earlier this year, where he won that 10-4. Convincing for Vincent van der Voort. That's not convincing
39
for the Dutch destroyer.
Well, he half expect to be back. You should never assume.
Not with this man. But he will be back. R.Huybrechts flying the flag for Belgium this tournament, having seen his brother knocked out yesterday. Tony Martinez of Belgium knocked out as well.
Yeah, and he'd knocked out the other top Belgian in qualifying, Dimitri van den Berg, who didn't make it here. Van der Voort has taken the first leg, and Vincent has said that the rest of his career is basically about how well his back holds up. He's got this injury problem with his back, and he said it can just creep in at any time. Right now it feels good, but when he's at home and it happens, he just goes to see the physio. It takes him 10 minutes and everything's fine again. But obviously when he's in a weekend tournament like this, he doesn't have that luxury, and it could just go at any time. It is that precarious for Vincent van der Voort. It must be so frustrating because, yeah, he played fantastically yesterday in beating Mervyn King, and he must just be in the back of his mind all the time. Please don't go, especially tonight when he needs a run to the final.
Well, I mean, what would be incredibly frustrating for Vincent van der Voort is if he does get over the line here, books his place in the quarterfinals, finds a way past Benito van der Pas, and in the semi-final, 1 win away from the World Grand Prix again, he has his back go, then, I mean, that is an injury that suddenly has cost him several £1,000s, and potentially a shot at the 25 grand prize money here, let alone, what, 100 grand prize money for the Grand Prix this year? I think it might be a little bit more than that this year.
Yeah, appeared there a couple of years ago, beat Phil Taylor in round 1. And he's in a very strong position here to break Ronnie's throat at the earliest opportunity possible.
And the crowd starts singing the Dutch destroyer's name.
Vincent Uruguay 90.
Is it ball double top? Is it treble 18? What's it to be? Is it 20s first? It's 18s. Needed a treble.
58.
Doesn't get it. And, well, there you see, some players that go on the 20s first, and it guarantees you a dart at a double, or a dart at the bullseye, I should say.
Again, it's Huybrechts hanging back on a big 3-figure combination, and van der Voort is going to come back. 3 darts at double.
59. Vincent Uruguay 32. New shot in the second. Vincent van der Voort.
I guess at this stage, for Vincent van der Voort, he can just try and forget about the World Grand Prix and just focus on the match in hand. For R.Huybrechts, perhaps a little bit more pressure on him, knowing that if he wins this match, he's definitely in.
Yes, and is there any added thing for R.Huybrechts, having never made the Grand Prix before? I know that Ronnie's played at the Worlds and obviously semi-finals at the European Championship and finalist at the World Cup. Huge experience, R.Huybrechts, but you would think in your professional career you at least want to go and play on all the big stages in the world.
Van der Voort will be happy to be in this position, having suggested following his World Championship exit that he may not even see the season out.
Well, the way that Vincent was talking at the World Championship, he made out like that was it. There's just no way back. I'm going to have to call it a day. The back is not up to it. And then he's talked, I think this weekend, or it might have been last weekend, where he just said, oh, no, I didn't really mean that. I just said, oh, we'll just see how it goes. Well, it didn't sound like that when he was telling all and sundry that that was it. Good farewell. Wonderful game of darts. I, for one, am glad that things have changed. Former UK Open finalist Vincent van der Voort is back and playing excellent stuff right now.
Yeah, 10 years ago. And again, he's a throw in front all the time. And this time, he's not even having to rely on R.Huybrechts missing a big 3-figure out, because he's down to 20 by virtue of the accidental tops, with Huybrechts back on over 200.
Well, could be back-to-back 13 darters for Big Vincent. Double 10 the target. Oh dear.
No score.
Well, the first dart was a very good miss.
Yeah.
The next two were misses, but you probably wouldn't categorise him in the very good.
No, this is the Belgians' best chance. Still on, treble 20. But it's just not happening for Huybrechts so far.
Vincent, you require 20.
20 points behind in the averages. And Vincent van der Voort 20 points away from a 3-0 lead.
In charge against third leg, Vincent van der Voort.
Gets the job done. Double five comes to his aid, and well, we don't really know how Ronnie Huybrechts is finishing because he hasn't had a dart at a double as yet in this match. He was very, very good against Peter Wright. Took pretty much all the chances that were offered to him.
60.
Well, it doesn't look like he's going to make that record any worse.
130.
But his scoring certainly hasn't been there thus far. Just 4 visits of over a ton or more.
Stand up if you love the darts echoing around the hall just there. Everybody's standing up. I think I spied a couple of guys with Ian White T-shirts on down the front there. A black T-shirt with Ian White's face plastered across it like the Holy Mother Virgin Mary in some sort of divine halo. I'm not sure where you get that darts merchandise from, but I wholeheartedly approve of it. We'll be seeing the diamond later, won't we? He's just taken out the number 6 seed, Daryl Gurney. Ian White, former finalist on the European Tour. Can he go on and win one for the first time?
100.
Yeah, he'll take on Rob Cross in tonight's quarter-finals. The winner of this will take on Benito van der Pas. Still to come, Simon Whitlock against Nathan Aspinall up next.
80.
Then Michael Smith, Joe Cullen, Kyle Anderson, Jelle Klaassen, and then Van Gerwen against Gerwin. Gerwin Price against the world number 1 in the final match of this afternoon. Now,
28.
Huybrechts, you would think, would get a chance at doubling this leg.
Yeah, well, shades of Daniel Larson from last night in that last visit from Ronnie Huybrechts, as he had a dart in treble 5 that just fell out of the board. And even an extra 15 points would have made this a touch easier. Not going to take out the 1-2-1.
Well, he's not making it any easier at all for himself, is he, Ronnie Huybrechts? Might not get a dart. He won't if Vincent van der Voort cleans up 1-5-6.
60.
Well, leaves him a 2-darter. And Ronnie, that visit of 28 from Vincent van der Voort put Ronnie Huybrechts in complete control of this leg, and it's already slipped away from him a little.
Yeah, has to find the treble to get a dart at double, unless he goes for the outer ring with a second, which he opted not to do. He has hit a double.
So you require 96.
But it's not 1-2 in a leg.
Oh dear. Oh dear, Ronnie Huybrechts. Bends the wire. And finds double 18, and Ronnie Huybrechts still hasn't had a dart at a double for a leg in this match. It's 4-0 to Vincent van der Voort, and the Dutch destroyer at the minute is cruising through to the quarter-finals and potentially through to the World Grand Prix. He has to win a couple more games after this, but if he does, Ronnie Huybrechts' qualification hopes at the City West in Dublin, well, would be scuppered.
I'm pretty sure it was a similar late surge from Vincent van der Voort a couple of years ago when he beat Phil Taylor in the first round at the City West and went on to reach the quarter-finals.
Well, it was at that tournament, I remember the quarter-final against Mensur Suljovic, where Vincent went a set up and missed darts to go 2-0 up and then lost. I think he missed something ridiculous like 10 darts to go 2-0 up and then lost 9 consecutive legs to go down to Suljovic, who went through to the semi-finals. Now, Ronnie is rapidly reaching the stage where he needs to do something similar and win a whole host of legs without reply. Because Vincent van der Voort down to 107 after 9, and it could well be 5-0 in a few seconds' time.
And for that to happen, based on what's gone before, he might need Vincent to miss a similar amount of doubles as well.
He might need his back to go at this rate.
92. This is Uruguay 107.
107 then.
Well, just the 19 scored.
39.
Again, it's a poor visit towards the back end of a leg from Vincent van der Voort, but just opens the door for R.Huybrechts. He didn't walk through it last time out, but he is doing this time.
140.
Is it enough?
This is Uruguay 68.
Treble 20. Double 4. To close the door on R.Huybrechts.
60.
Hasn't. And again, Huybrechts needs a treble to get his first start at double to win a leg in this match. And he's not going to get one in this visit.
Yeah, first start, the chance
70.
goes, and Vincent van der Voort to go within a leg of the quarter-finals. One Dutchman there already, Benito van der Pas. And it looks like it could be an all-Dutch affair in the quarters between van der Pas and van der Voort, because R.Huybrechts, the Belgian, has got to win 6 on the spin. And it doesn't look like that's going to happen. Things can change. We have seen people come from 5-0 down on the European Tour before. It doesn't happen very often, but it has happened.
Well, R.Huybrechts had the throw in this leg, but it is very conceivable that he might go the entire match without having a dart at double to win a leg. And if Peter Wright is watching this, what must he be thinking?
60.
Well, as we pointed out earlier, R.Huybrechts' tournament finish is almost flawless. Against Peter Wright, every time he came with an added dart at a double, he was taking out first dart or in that visit.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be any consolation that he might well top the statistics this weekend.
Well, it may well be, because he may still be going to Dublin. That would be a consolation for R.Huybrechts. And it's important as well, just making this stage has put him right up there for a spot at the European Championship as well. So this could be a huge weekend for R.Huybrechts.
But we know it's Vincent or maybe even Nathan Aspinall that can stop him. If he stays around and watches the games after this, it might feel like he's up there playing Vincent all day long.
Yes.
94 to complete the Dutch destruction.
Oh, the rebel. Maybe sent packing with an 11-darter. And he is. And R.Huybrechts, so impressive against Peter Wright, the #2 seed yesterday, has been absolutely mauled by the Dutch destroyer Vincent van der Voort. It is the former Austrian Darts Open champion who is through to the quarter-finals and will face his fellow Dutchman Benito van der Pas for a spot in the semis. His hopes of making the World Grand Prix still alive, as are R.Huybrechts. But it is now out of the Belgians' hands. Our attention now turns to the other half of the draw. It's the half with Michael van Gogh in the world #1, the in-form Kyle Anderson, Joe Cullen, who averaged 108 yesterday. But first up, it's the wizard Simon Whitlock against the Asp, Nathan Aspinall, conqueror of Dave Chisnall yesterday.
Vincent, congratulations. First European Tour quarterfinal since September 2015, I think, for 2 years.
Oh, probably, yeah. Yeah, I've played so many PEEP games in my life, though. The last 2 years I played absolutely PEEP. And yeah, I feel that I'm starting to come back and I need a little bit of luck like yesterday. Mervyn was better than me and I beat them, but I'm on the right track, I think.
Totally different match, right, compared to yesterday. When you see 6-0, looks so easy at the end. Wasn't that easy?
No, it's never easy. I mean, Ronnie is a great player and he didn't deliver, but it's never easy against a professional player, never.
Benito van der Pas is the next one. Last time I think you beat him in June.
Yeah, so hopefully again now. I mean, that's it. Benito's a great player as well, but I have to be in top form to beat him.
See you later again. Thank you very much. Vincent van der Voort. Er weiß natürlich auch, er muss gut spielen, um das Viertelfinale zu überstehen. um Landsmann Benito van der Paas zu bezwingen. Jetzt erst einmal